everyone. Welcome back to Serving 813, a radio show and podcast featuring Tampa Bay organizations and groups every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. We're your hosts, Ava Lamison,
Kate Edwards,
and Lily Nisley.
And today we are super excited and lucky to be joined with one of the voices and faces behind Fun for Tampa Kids.
Now, if you don't know already, Fun for Tampa Kids is an organization and local resource for family-friendly events and activities in Tampa and surrounding areas.
So with that being said, welcome to the show, Anna Garst.
Woo! Hey, everybody.
Yay, we're so happy you could be on the Serving 813 show. Thank you for being here. So you're the owner of Fun for Tampa Kids. So can you explain to us further what Fun for Tampa Kids is?
Sure. So I own Fun for Tampa Kids with my husband. We are a digital resource for families, and our focus is on, making sure that they always have something to do with their kids. So we keep a full event calendar for every day of the week, making sure, whether you're staying at home with your toddler, whether you're trying to find, new mom classes or new dad classes, or if you're just trying to find something to do in the weekends or evenings, that there's always something for you to do with your family. We try to separate things out that are free or available because we want to make sure that all families are able to get out and do things with their family. We want to make sure that all those families are served. And we also have a directory of all the businesses that serve families in our area. So again, we try to focus on, all the things you would expect, sports programs, classes for their kids, but also places where they can volunteer, where they can, find seasonal activities and things like that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's a really good thing, because I know that holds a lot of families back, is trying to find stuff, and especially affordable activities. And so I know you kind of just said this, but I was going to ask, what role does Fun for Tampa Kids play within 813 and beyond it? Because I know it's not just South Tampa.
Yeah, no, we work with everyone in Tampa and also Southeast Pasco. We're part of a network of actually 18 sister sites across Florida. So we're franchised. We've got, sister sites down south in Brandon and up north that covers Dade City and beyond. And then we've got a newer site that covers over in Pinellas as well. So we're really excited. We get to partner with a lot of great organizations and a lot of, the different areas across Florida. And we like to post out, with, anything that's happening in Florida that families might want to go to.
That's really cool. And it's you guys have grown a lot from where it started. But what I wanted to ask is what is the original story behind you founding this organization, and how did it start?
Sure. So I actually, my husband and I bought the site. So we're not the original founders. We bought it about 3.5 years ago. I think for small businesses during COVID, it was, really rough for a lot of people. But we really wanted to grow it up and, help small businesses and larger businesses in the region just connect back with families. We're really passionate about working with, families. I worked a lot with children. I taught for a few years back when I was overseas. So that's just something we were both really passionate about. So that's what we really wanted to give back to the community too.
That's really cool. And yeah, you were talking about your overseas earlier and how much you love kids. So that's just such a great opportunity. And what are some of the events that I know you just said earlier, but to get onto a deeper level, what are some of the events that Fun for Tampa Bay Kids offers?
Yeah. So we actually are starting this year. We're partnering with the Tampa Bay Moms Group, and we are starting to run our own events. We're really excited about that. We go to a lot of events in the community, but we wanted to kind of bring some back. We decided to partner together because we both have a big focus on free events. We partner, I'm actually on the board with the TBMG Cares, which is an organization that supports families and was founded also by the owner of Tampa Bay Moms Group, Stephanie. But we, we want to bring events that are free to the community, free for families. We want to make sure there's resources there. So we subsidize a lot of the, the booths. We offer lure and sometimes free booths for a lot of the nonprofits because we want to make sure we bring those resources in for families and bring things in like free health screenings or glasses for kids or things like that. We want to make sure that those are available at all of our events, as well as all the activities and everything are free. We've got a candy crawl coming up in October up in Wesley Chapel area. We're really excited.
What does that mean?
So we're going to have booths where people can, interact with local businesses. Kids can pick up candy or treats. We're going to have like bounce houses. There's going to be a pumpkin decorating station. We've got a costume swap planned. We're really excited about that one. We partnered with a kids place, which is a local nonprofit that helps support local families and provides resources for them. So we are letting families bring in costumes. We're going to have some donation stations set up ahead of time for their old costumes, and they can take it one or they can leave one or both. And then all the extras we're going to donate to a kids place. So
Yeah,
we're really
it's really
excited.
cool. It sounds like you guys partner with a lot of people, which is nice.
Yes, and especially with this season coming up, I mean, we have Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas back to back to back. That's gonna be a lot, but that's gonna be super fun. I did want to talk about, though, you guys don't just do activities for kids. I mean, you also run drives, give classes. Can you talk more about that? I feel like that's really cool. You guys have a broad range of things to do.
Yeah. So every one of our events that we're working on, and this goes for myself as well as, through TBMG Cares, they include some kind of donation event. So I mentioned Candy Crawl, we're doing the costume drive. We're in Fall Fest, it's going to be food donations and stuff that are going to go and serve local families. And then for the Stuff Your Stocking event that's in December, it's going to be bringing like an unwrapped gift for a child that we give to, through Camelot, we donate to local foster kids. Just making sure everybody has a good Christmas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like how you guys, it's not just, even though like the foundation is called Fun for Tampa Kids, it's not just benefiting kids. I mean, families and even these local businesses get a little feature in all your events, which I think is really cool. But that does wrap up our first segment already. So, Anna, we do have a question we ask all our guests. So, what song should we play?
Well, I know we were just talking about before we started how much I love the new K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Me too.
So I think one of the songs I really like is How It's Done from that movie.
Nice.
So it'll be my first pick.
If we have time after this show, we are definitely talking about K-pop Demon Hunters on a deeper level. We'll be back after this break.
And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to turn into HCCHawkRadio.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Kate Edwards, and we are here with Anna Garst from Fun for Tampa Kids.
So for this segment, we wanted to talk more about you, Anna, and your role within Fun for Tampa Kids. So my first question is, how did you first get involved and what drew you to this initiative?
Sure. So actually, I found Fun for Tampa Kids, as many parents do. Before we even bought the site, we were online looking for things to do with our kids, and this was just the site that kept coming up. So Fun for Tampa Kids is the biggest resource so pretty much anything you could search for if you're looking for soccer programs, summer camps, whatever it might be, it pops up a lot. So we were using it a lot for our own kids, and then we saw it was available for sale. And we're like, wow, this seems like something we'd really like to get involved in. So that was just kind of how we took the plunge. We were trying to look for something that we were very passionate about, and it was a good fit for us.
That's like a good way to get involved. Like you have your own kids and then you're like trying to use this program and then now you get to run the program. So that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what like a typical day looks like in your role running Tampa?
Yep. So we, it varies day by day. We try and get out a lot in the community. So I think like today, we're on the radio. And then another day I might be going to do some volunteer work with the junior league. So, it just kind of depends on what day it is as to what we're doing. But a lot of time working with the local businesses. So we have a lot of local businesses that reach out. They let us know about things. They're opening up a new business or there's a new event so that, we want to get it out there for families. We want to make sure they can find whatever they need. And we just reach out to see if there's any way we can help them kind of connect back with the community. So it's a lot of kind of working with those local businesses throughout the day. We've got a really great team of local moms that work with us that help with like our social media and keeping our website up to date. Just there's a lot of information on there and we want to make sure that it's accurate.
Yeah,
It sounds like it. You're just saying like the soccer practice and like everything.
We support about 4,000 pages generally. And it
wow.
swells about a lot more during summer camp season. So
we always ask every guest like what their day looks like, and I'd say consistently every time everyone's like it looks different each day. And they're always like you never know what you're gonna do, which is honestly nice. And especially in your case, you're getting to meet all these local people, and so it's just a nice way to just meet different people and like experience different things. This is kind of a big question, but we like to always ask like what part of your organization brings you the most joy?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think so. One thing I haven't talked about yet, we are really passionate. I talked about, we try to have segments for like free programs, free resources, free events for families. We know, sometimes people struggle and we want to make sure that there's something available for every family. We separate out like our special needs and our homeschooling resources, and we try to make it really accessible for, all families to meet them where they're at. We really love, one thing that we found was the giveaways. There's a lot of families maybe that want to take their kids out to an event, but they just can't afford it. So we committed last year, and we've held to this, that every week on our website and every week on our Facebook, we would run a giveaway for a family. So at least 2 families every week, we're giving them an experience back for the community. And I think that that's been just really rewarding. I know people are so grateful when that's something they really want to do for their kids, but they've struggled to do that. So we really enjoy being able to give that back to the community.
Yeah, really cool. What like personally, like when you are at these events, like what are some like personal like things that you see in the families who are attending these events? Like just like describe like how like people react to these events.
Yeah, so a lot of it, we see a lot of people out and about. Tampa's been growing so much, so we see a lot of new families. Especially in like certain markets up on like the north side up in Pasco, where everyone's like, wow, I'm new to town, tell me what to do. So it's such a good resource for them. So they're really grateful that they can find, programs and things for their kids to help them adjust to this like totally new like home and community. So it's really nice to meet those families that are new, as well as people who are like, we've followed you for years, thank you for helping me to, spend more time with my kids and less time trying to research everything that I could possibly do with them.
I didn't think about that. Like the new families moving in, this would definitely be like a really
Yeah.
good thing to get them adjusted.
And guys listening, Anna is super welcoming. Like, if you were to go to any event, you'd just be like automatically like, when's the
Yes.
next one?
Yeah, honestly, I'm supposed to start going to these events.
But literally, before we started this show, we were talking to Anna, and like, I feel like I've known her for like years now after just talking about like K-pop and Korea. But I did want to ask though, this kind of goes along with what brought you the most joy to Fun for Kids, but I did want to ask, what's the coolest experience you've ever had?
You know what? Something new that we've been doing lately. We've been I mentioned I'm pretty good friends with one of the owners of TBMG, so Tampa Bay Moms Group, and one thing that she's been kind of helping me to get out in the community more, and we've gone to a lot more events. We've been making more like videos and things for different different events that are opening or different like new farms and things in the community. So we really enjoyed getting out and making videos for new things that are opening up, because I think it's so fun to like go and like make a TikTok and tell people about the new things that are coming to town and what's available for them.
Yeah.
That's something we've really enjoyed, actually. You get to play with like little otters or capybaras sometimes.
Capybaras, what?
I do. I always see those like Instagram reels or TikToks, and it's like new thing in Tampa, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I like going. Honestly, I've planned multiple vacations like that when I see like
Yeah.
hidden spot like pictures.
Oh, I know. We love making those videos. So that's been really fun for us, actually.
Mhm.
I was not a video editor by trade or anything, but it's something we really enjoy, is kind of getting on there and making the videos and sharing these experiences.
How did you find these people to like make it happen? I don't know. Sorry, that's a weird question.
No,
but
it's okay.
I'm actually curious.
It's a good question, and I think it's a good thing to always think about. So we moved here, again, I think I told you, we moved here a few years back. I'm not a native to Tampa, but we really wanted to get involved in the community.
Mhm.
So we've been, going to different networking events. We are in like a couple of chambers. We joined the junior league. Well, I joined the junior league, my husband. But just trying to go out and meet people. And it's amazing, even just kind of going to events and getting out in the community. It's just amazing, all the different people that you can connect with. And you never know who you're going to meet or what kind of business. So it's interesting. Sometimes there's something you can give back to them. Sometimes there's ways that you guys can partner together to help grow.
Mm-hmm.
So I think really just kind of getting out in the community is really the key.
Yeah. I mean, my mom reached out to you like the other day, and like now you're here at the radio show. So that's now people can learn about Fun for Tampa Kids, which is amazing how fast-paced the community is, I guess.
Yeah. I think that wraps up our second segment.
Yes.
This is flying by, actually.
It's making me sad.
So Anna, do you have another song request for us?
I do. So I guess we'll switch it up from K-pop. I'm a big One Republic fan. So yeah. I saw somebody who was not One Republic perform Love Runs Out live, and it's always been one of my favorite songs.
Oh my gosh, love it. All right, we'll be back after this song. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune in to hccHawkRadio.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Ava, and we're here with Anna from Fun for Tampa Kids. So I put up an Instagram story the other day asking you guys listening to send in questions regarding Fun for Tampa Kids. And just like always, we got a hefty amount of responses, so we better get started now so we have enough time.
So the first DM asks, which obviously is why we're all here, and we want to know, how can students like us get involved, and like what are the volunteering opportunities with this organization?
Sure. So there's a lot of great events. I was mentioning we've got that candy crawl coming up in Wesley Chapel. There's also a lot of events. So, if there's ever anything you're looking for, we've got that full calendar. You can always look for stuff if there's specific days or weekends you're available. A lot of those events are taking volunteers, especially if they're like working with a nonprofit or they are a nonprofit organization. So definitely, we would love that. If you guys want to come out and help kids decorating pumpkins, we would love that.
Do you guys have sorry, were you?
Oh, you're good. I was gonna say, like, whenever we were talking about like our little special like interests or whatever, didn't someone say that kids, like working with kids, was their favorite?
I think that was Ava High.
Oh yeah,
she's not here, but yes. Well, we should all go and be like, "Where's Anna?"
I was just gonna ask, do you guys have a website or a social media page that they can go to, or?
Yeah, so funfortampakids.com is our website. We do actually have a list, so the calendar page is there. You can also go to our programs and classes section, and there's a volunteers page, and we list out all the places that if you're 18 and under that accept volunteers. So that's specifically tailored for kids, if you're looking for hours, volunteer hours when you're in high school, or if you're older, a lot of those places will have those options too. I like going to Feeding Tampa Bay has the the diaper bank. I do a lot of work there to help, there's a lot of need for food insecurity and to help with that. So and then I think one of the things that has really called to me that I'm trying to put a lot of time in this year has been helping to pack diapers. And I know if you get a group together, that's something you can do. It's one of those things that isn't through a lot of the other resources available. Diapers is one thing that's not provided to families. And when you're, trying to work and you need to get your kids in daycare, it's one of those things you have to have. So we pack these bags of 25 for families that they can grab if they're, in need.
Yeah, I actually just did something like that with my church a month ago. And it was honestly just kind of relaxing. I just did it with my friend, and we got into a rhythm, and it was fun. But I wanted to, or the next DM asks, what are some of the drives that Fun for Tampa Kids participates in?
We do. So in terms of donations and things, I don't know. We work with a lot of this, the social events. So we went to the American Cancer Society or anything whenever they have events, we'll go to them. We're really big on the special needs community. So we go to a lot of events for Quest, really great organization. They do a lot and they're growing a lot in the Tampa area. So we just went to a bingo event there for them, a ladies bingo. It was so fun.
That sounds so fun.
It was great. Tamika Bowles was there. If you don't know her, she's fabulous. She's a lot of people know her as Todd Bowles' wife, the head coach of the Bucks. But
okay.
But she does a lot for a philanthropy in the community and working with design and fashion and stuff. So she's a really just cool person to ever hear speak if you ever get the chance.
That's nice. Another one of our DMs asked, where do you see this organization in 10 years?
Sure. I think, we just want to keep growing. I think we want to keep making more events. We love the partnerships that we have, and we hope we keep getting to grow into that space and working with more businesses. So I think just kind of expanding our reach, letting more families know that this resource is available. And we've partnered with a lot of places that can kind of share that information with, families that might need to know.
Yeah, I mean, look at you guys now, 4,000 events on the website. I couldn't even imagine in 10 years' time, in a decade. That's crazy. But the next DM says, I know we briefly talked about this, but it does ask, do you guys have any holiday events that I can attend?
Of course. So we've got the ones coming up for Fall Fest, for Candy Crawl up in October, and then the Stuff You're Stocking if you're wanting to do some volunteer work. But we have everything on the calendar for, I mentioned, every day of the week. We also have special pages. So there's this section called What's Happening in our directory.
Okay, yeah.
And it lists out. So we change the pages seasonally. And there's right now it's going to be like trick or treating, fall festivals, farm fun. So we change those pages depending on what's coming up and what's available. So those are good pages to hit up if you're trying to find activities. And I know we design it for kids and family, but I think for young adults and for other
Yeah, it's like I
those
wanna
are fun
I wanna
still.
bring my co-hosts with me to these, but what was I gonna say? I don't know. I had a brain fart. I'll come back. I'll think of what I was gonna say.
Another one of our questions asked, what is the usual cost of the events and activities you promote?
Sure. So the ones that we run are all free, but there are other ones. We list everything in town. So that's our big thing is we want to be comprehensive. We want to make sure you know all the options, but we'll list on there what the prices are. If there's a cost to attend. I know some things there's like some kind of entry fee. So it could be anything, but we do list out and we make it so you can search by free events if that's what you're specifically looking for.
That's really nice. I love the organization of it all. You guys make it very user-friendly, it sounds like.
And I like how you provide free events for families who can't afford it, but they can still have that experience everyone else has, which I think is great.
So it looks like someone asked, I don't know if this was like maybe a student organization or an adult asked, but they said, how can I submit my own event/program to be featured on Fun for Tampa Kids?
Sure. So if you go onto our website, there is a button that says submit, like just on the top menu, and you can submit a listing if you've got a new business, or you can submit an event that way, or a camp if it's camp season.
Ooh.
And if you can't, if you get stuck doing that, you can always send me messages on Facebook or Instagram. I get a lot of those too, and I just send people the link to find it.
Wow, that's actually really easy. You've like got it all figured out. The next DM says, what is the most popular event families always sign up for?
That's a good question. I think so. Spring and fall, it's really anything in the spring or fall. Those are like the big times of year. I think people love going to the farms. Like this is a great season to get out to a farm, whether whether you've got kids or not. Like it's so fun to go out and get pumpkins and to get, to go visit all the animals. Camels are so cool. I love that.
Camels?
They have them at a lot of the farms here. It's so interesting to me. I'm from the Midwest. We do not have camels at the farms, but that was a really fun experience when I came to Florida.
I'm gonna go to these farms.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a camel in real life.
I just remembered. I actually have. They have them like the petting zoos and you feed them. They have like really long tongues and stuff.
They used to have it at Busch Gardens. You could go ride a camel when we were younger. I used to do it all the
Ride
time.
it?
They got rid of it probably because it wasn't good or something. But you could like ride a camel.
So random. Only in Florida.
You can go up to Dade City Farms and you can actually feed them, just like you can feed
I
a goat.
think actually this is so off topic, but in Dade City they have like an alpaca llama farm, and I did that for like my second grade birthday, and it's still talked to this day. Like I don't know, it's just a big topic of conversation.
Never heard of it. But
Oh, okay. Well,
That's like kids love like animals in the farm. Like I always love going to farms, and when the weather's like cooling off like this is the best.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say farms in the fall and in the spring, like all the egg hunts and all the like spring
it's fun.
festivals they're just so much fun for the kids.
I miss like egg hunts and stuff.
They can volunteer with them.
Yeah.
we can still go. Like
They have adult ones too, so you can always go to the adult ones. Like
Oh wow.
the glow in the dark
Gets
ones. at night.
competitive.
Gosh.
I'm sorry. I thought there was another DM.
I think that was all.
Oh, okay.
yeah, really? Wow.
You kind of
That was really. I do have a question though. This isn't a DM. This is just a personal question. But I was like on your website the other day researching Fun for Tampa Kids, and I saw like the class section, and I was like, what classes do you guys do? Like, is it academic or is it just like finger painting, like that kind of stuff?
We list absolutely everything. So we've got like an education and childcare section that's going to be more the academic types of things. So you're kind of your standard like preschools, private schools, charter schools, after school programs and like reading programs. But we also have like all the other programs and classes that you might find. So whether you're into like art, dance, computer science, no matter what kind of classes are, everything from, you can pretty much, as soon as your kid can walk, maybe even before, you can start signing up for classes, even like, because like swimming and stuff, they start
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
young, and they even have like play groups and stuff, so you can kind of
Oh.
bring your kids and they can kind of explore and figure it out together.
Yeah. Well, you guys like hit all the check marks. Like you do drives, random events, like the farm stuff. Sorry, I'm like losing it. It's late. And classes, like, wow, this is such a good organization. I'm so happy you got to be on the show.
Mm-hmm. I was just curious how I know like with a lot of the organizations we interview, a big thing they talk about is like sometimes just like getting people to come to their stuff. And I know you said that you guys are on social media and posting things, but like is there any other way you get word out, like, or get people to join?
Yeah, social media is really big. The organization I partner with, we work with some of the local news stations as well, just to make sure we get the word out that way. And I think just word of mouth. I think a lot of times people, when they hear about your event, like really throwing a good event really is something that is really key to getting more people like in subsequent years.
Mm-hmm.
So just, having that reputation and that branding of always being somebody who's really organized with your events, and you focus on like the families that are coming there, and also the the businesses that come out and like want to connect with the community. So I think that's really key to having like a successful event.
Yeah, when I told my mom we were doing this show, she was like, I've heard of that. She's like, I hear about that organization all the time. She's like, it's a 4 instead of like 4. And I was like, yep.
That's us.
Well, I think that was all the DMs we had. I'm sad. This show went by so quick. But anyway, thank you so much, Anna, for being on the show. We're so happy you got to join us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I hope this got word out to everyone listening.
Yes.
Because this is a very cool organization. I think it'd be good for a lot of people our age to get involved.
Yeah. And me and my co-hosts are definitely going to be going to the farm event, whether you like it or not. All right. But before you leave, we do have one more question. What song should we play?
Outro music.
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys like movies. As you see, I'm very movie themed, but I really love that Big Hero 6 movie.
Oh my God. Wait, I know this.
Yeah.
I
So I love the song Immortals from theirs. I think it's such like a powerful song. So Fall Out Boy.
And that little montage when they're all getting their like superpowers.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Watched it recently.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for being here. And me and the hosts will be here after this break.
And we're back. Welcome back to Serving A13. Make sure to tune in hcchawkradio.com.
Every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. to hear about different ways to serve your community. Now, guys, sadly, Anna is gone, but I think that it's time to reflect and talk about our favorite parts of today's show, because I actually really liked today's show, and I really loved the organization.
I just like forgot we were interviewing for Serving 813. Anna is so nice and welcoming. Like automatically we're just like clicking. Guys, you don't understand. We usually come to the show like 15 minutes before and we're just like talking up a storm about everything.
Yeah,
Right off the bat, like we connected
Yeah.
with K-pop. I knew.
For everyone listening to the show is going to be like, okay, K-pop's the big theme.
I know, we've like said it in every segment at least twice. But yes,
Okay,
let's
so
reflect.
I just overall, I love this organization. Just anything that can help kids and families is just, I think, amazing. And I just I said this earlier, I love how organized it is. It's very like user friendly. I said, like she was
Yeah.
describing, when you go to the website, they have it like for volunteers, you can do 18 and under and like 18 and up, and then all the different activities, education, arts, free, like all this stuff. Like it just sounds very organized and well run, and which I love, because I think a lot of times what can scare people off from doing stuff is
Yeah.
when it's chaotic and they don't know what to do.
It was funny. Like you'd ask her a question and then she'd be like, "Oh, just go to the website and here."
Yeah.
Like, I love how organized.
Yeah.
I could never, unfortunately.
Serving 813, we're trying to get there.
One day.
One day.
And I also thought it was cool how like she like said like before she even took over this program that she was literally like a mom looking for opportunities for her kids. So she fully like it's like just proves like this is actually like really needed in the
Yeah.
community. And like all of us, we used to go to summer camp and my mom would always be like stressing out. She just wouldn't know where to look. So
I know. I wish I was like 8 years old doing this. I can still
I wish
like be in these events.
I know.
But actually, I'm gonna, what's the word? I'm gonna disregard what I just said, because this isn't Fun for Tampa Kids isn't just dedicated to kids.
It's also for adults and everyone. Like, and also like not only that, but it actually like helps families too. Just like having these events for kids, like it helps the entire family because it's helping them get more organized, get the kids like to the activities, or like when they have family activities too, like the whole family can get out. So it's just really good overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I think there's a lot of people who can get involved, like whether you're a parent looking, or even, she said they had an egg hunt for adults. Like they even have activities for adults. Like,
And the
we're
bingo?
about to show up to this. And I also, one of my favorite things is, again, I said this earlier, but like how many different organizations they partner with. I feel like this is an organization that really connects Tampa. Like I feel like it's like the mutual friend of all these organizations.
It is a mutual friend. I like that.
Your mom said she heard of it, so like
Yeah, it's like everyone knows. I'm happy I'm in the club now.
I know. I'm glad I'm aware. I'm gonna be like, oh, heard of Anna?
And like through this whole episode, I just forgot we were talking to like an organization. Like I forgot you volunteer there. Like all these events that Fun for Tampa Kids does sounds like you're
very
just having
personal.
a party. Like
Yeah.
So
you
for
forget you're
everyone,
volunteering.
if you like love like kids and stuff, because like some people like like we always talk about different volunteer opportunities, and this one is definitely specifically focused on kids out of all of them that we've done. So if anyone's listening who loves kids, like this is the one for you.
That sounds weird.
Like I love okay
Is passionate and working with children.
Yes. But
I don't know what I meant, but anyways.
and also it's like a great way to get service hours, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I have to like get my service hours done, but this is actually fun. I mean, you get to volunteer at like an egg hunt, pumpkin painting, and it doesn't just go to, this is another thing I love. It's not just activities and events. I mean, we talked about classes and drives we do with Fun for Tampa Kids. So I feel like it's a very all-around organization, and it's making a difference in the 813. So
Absolutely.
I loved how like calming she was. Like I definitely would like if I feel like if I went to like a event to volunteer, she would like know exactly what for me to do and like be organized and just like calmly like say it, and it would be so nice.
She's such a podcast voice. Like
she's like girl boss. Like
she is.
literally.
And you guys couldn't see because it's the radio, but she had the cutest outfit on.
Yes,
with like
I
the
loved her
earrings that
outfit.
matched. I
I
was
was
like,
eating her up. But you'll see when we post on Instagram.
yes.
So
Go look at our Instagram.
and we'll also mention the website, the very organized website to check it
Honestly,
out.
it sounds like
volunteer.
you didn't even need to listen to this episode. Just everything you need to know is
I know, but
there.
it was great getting to know Anna from Fun for Tampa Kids. But I think that wraps up our episode for today, ladies. But make sure, if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Serving813 to get updated on all episodes and answer DMs that will be answered in next shows. And also, if you're an organization and group that wants to be on this show, just DM us and we'll get back to you as soon as possible and make it happen. But yes, we're serving your city one convo at a time. This is Ava Lamison signing off.
This is
Okay, let's try again. This is Ava Lamison signing off.
this is Lily Nisley signing off.
This is Key Edwards signing off.
Why does it sound like this?
Sorry, this is Key Edwards signing off.
Okay, we're done. We'll see you next week, guys. It was a great
Bye.
show. Bye.